Hey guys, last book in this round of book reviews that I feel led to share with all of you, and this one is called The Tacky South. This is a book essentially of essays. I'm usually not a huge person who likes books of essays, but I like this one in particular because I'm a Southern girl. Like, I was born and raised in Tennessee. I've been born and raised in Tennessee my whole entire life. And essentially, the premise behind this is that the Tacky South presents 18 fun, insightful essays that examine connections between tackiness and the American South, ranging from the 19th century local color fiction and the television series Murder, She Wrote, to Red Velvet Cake and the ubiquitous influence of Dolly Parton. Charting the gender, race, and class constructions at work in regional aesthetics, The Tacky South explores what shifting notions of tackiness reveal about U.S. culture as a whole and the role that the region plays in addressing national and global issues of culture and identity. This was edited by Catherine Burnett and Monica Miller. I absolutely will not be getting rid of this. And you may be like, why? And I'm like, any other time, I would totally get rid of a book of essays that I have read and share. But my copy is signed. It will not be going anywhere. It will be staying right here with me forever and ever because I love having my book signed. Thank you both, Katie and Monica, for signing this that day that we came to see you at the bookshop. I thoroughly enjoyed it because, it touches on a lot of Southern staples that we deal with here in the South. It also, if I remember correctly, because it's been a while since I finished this, there are touches on how the tackiness is related to racism and so on, and how it's progressed and changed over the years. So I thoroughly enjoyed all 18 of these, and if you're curious about the Red Velvet and you've never watched Steel Magnolias, that's the movie you need to watch. Steel Magnolias has the amazing armadillo cake that is actually made out of red velvet cake and then has gray icing on the outside, and it looks like a real armadillo, and so when you cut it, it looks like it's bleeding because of the red velvet cake. But honestly, this even talks about Dolly and all of that, the drag and everything. There's so many good viewpoints in this book and so much well-researched stories and essays in this that it's gonna be a staple. I love this, and honestly will most likely at some point reread it, but it's just it's amazing, and it's kind of broken up in some really good ways. The first section is policing tackiness, the second section is revolutionary tackiness, and then the last one is Dolly is a common ground. Because let's be honest, everyone in the United States loves Dolly. If you don't love Dolly Parton, I don't know who you are, and you're not right. But Charles Wilson did the foreword for this in talking about the Southern Tacky Hall of Fame. And it just, we get mentions of Elvis, we get mentions of Dukes of Hazzard. All of the Southernisms, as I like to call them, are pretty much tackled in this book, and I absolutely have loved every second of reading this. It did take me a little while to finish because I was reading some fiction pieces that I was really more interested in at the time, but 10 out of 10, get yourself a copy if you can. I will not be lending mine out, like, ever, because it's signed. I don't lend my signed copies out, but this will definitely be staying on my shelf for a very long time, and I cannot wait to essentially, once my niece is older, share it with her as well. So there you go. We may be tacky in the South, but we are tastefully tacky in good ways, and those of us who have worked really hard to change those things that are not good about the tackiness of the South, I've already mentioned it once, and I'm not saying it again, you heard it earlier, we want to change those things and eliminate those things. So it was a good read, and very insightful, very storytelling, very eye-opening to things that I never knew about the South as well. So there you have it. I hope that if you get a copy of it, you enjoy it, and I would also like to hear your thoughts on it if you've read it. So feel free to find me on any of my other platforms and message me, because I love talking books.